Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson again, and we're continuing our studies, the series on getting students ready for the 8th grade mathematics class. This is our show number 5, where we are bringing to a conclusion of solving these equations, part 4. So we went through for 1 degree, 2 degree, 1 step, 2 step, um, two-step equations with distribution, fractions. We then did multi-step equations, variables on both sides the last time we talked, and I introduced briefly to the special cases. So let's get into the special cases. There are 3 types of special cases that we need to know about. There are equations that have really 3 answers, 3 types of answers that we could run into. One type of answer would be no solution, where you have some constant is equal to a different constant, and this is not the case because they have to be equal in order for it to be a solution. So it's not true. So no value of x can be equal to, or no value of the variable can be equal to some different value. So it's not the case. So there are 2 different things, and we'll see as we go on what I mean. There could be what's called the infinite solutions. There's a sign right there, that little sideways 8 is the sign for infinite, and you have essentially a variable equal to itself. So if it's equal to itself, it can be any number it wants to be, like it can be 0, and that side will be also 0, so it has balance. So it's equal to itself, so it can be any number. So your variable is equal to itself. That's why it's infinite. And you can have what we usually have in our answer is just one solution, where we solve for x and we get some type of constant. So let's get going here and get into our first question, first case. Well, our first case is a no solution. Here we have equation I mentioned in the video last time, and I want to go through it. Why is it no solution? Let's go over the steps we have to do. We have 8 that's being multiplied by this stuff in parenthesis on this side of the equal sign. I notice we have a 28 minus 14, and then there's a minus 4x. So we have a couple things going on here. We have 2 variables, and we got distribution over here. So if you remember what I meant by distribution, that means the 8 is going to be passed out to everything inside of the parenthesis. It's important to know you do both terms of the parenthesis. So that's a common mistake. People don't do the second term. So we got in red, 8 is going to be multiplied by the 3x, and then the 8 is going to be multiplied by the plus 10. Bring the sign with it, with the number. That way you have your sign correct. So 8 times the 10 will be there in green. On this side, I noticed we had 2 like terms, a 28 and a minus 4x. So I put those together so we can combine them. So let's simplify this a little bit more. So 8 times 3x is 24x. 8 times plus 10 is plus 80. That's equal to, well, I have 28 minus 4x is 24x. Like terms, we just subtract the numbers because the variables are the same. So check out my video on polynomial addition and subtraction. And there's a minus 14. So this is our equation, and we have variables on both sides, and I'm looking at it. I have a 24x here and a 24x here, but normally we always get our numbers to the right side by using the additive inverse. So let's put a minus 80 here. So minus 80 from both sides, and the 80s will cancel out, and I'll have my 24x on this side, and on this side I'll have a 24x, and I have a minus 80 minus, minus 14 minus 80. So the rules for subtraction add the opposite of the second number. So I would be really adding, in a sense, these 2 numbers. That would give me minus 94. So I have 24x equals 24x minus 94. Now I got to get the x's on the left side, so let's put the opposite of 24x on this side and minus 24x on both sides. So I notice 24x minus 24x is just 0. Or you can say 0x, but it's just 0. So that canceled out. On this side, this 24x also canceled out, and I have just the minus 24. But 0 is not equal to minus 24. So that cannot be. That's incorrect. So that's not true. So a not true is a no solution. So hopefully you now understand what we were talking about. Why is it a no solution? So check your understanding. That was no solution. Hopefully you understand it. If not, go back and watch the video. Let's go to our next question. So we did no solution where the two constants are not equal and makes it not true. So next one we're going to deal with is called infinite solutions. So remember, the variable is going to be equal to itself. It's just the same number equal to the other number. So here was our second equation. So I put up here what we should know. So here I have negative 7x plus 2 is equal to 2x plus 2 minus 7x. Well, I already noticed over here I got like terms. So let me get those together. So I bring this down on this side. I have negative 2x. I brought the minus 9x over there. So all I got to do is subtract. So 2x minus 9x is a minus 7x. And I'll bring down the plus 2. And on this side, I brought everything down already. And I notice already this side is exactly the same on the equal side as the right side. So since they are the same, I can, well, do what I normally do. Let's minus 2 from both sides. So that way my 2's will cancel. I'm trying to solve for x. And let's bring down the 7x. So that I have minus 7x equals minus 7x. And the 2's also canceled out over here. So now I'm left with a negative 7x on both sides. So these are still equal. But let me solve for x like I normally would. I would divide by the coefficient. So I divide both sides by negative 7. The negative 7's would cancel out over there, as well as on this side, leaving me with the x equal to x. Well, this x could be any number. So since it's any number, it's going to be equal to both sides. So whatever this side is I pick will be the same as that side. So how many different numbers can I pick for x? I can pick an infinite amount of numbers to be x. So it will work out in this equation. So to make this side balance to that side. So this is what we mean by any value of x or infinite value of x can be the same. So as long as it's the same value. So that one was interesting. So that's infinite. So I hope you understand what's going on. And this is different. As I said, this is 8th grade math and you got to get used to it. So if you're not sure, just back up because it's going a little fast and there's a lot of meat in this video and that's why it's special. So if you're uncertain, just back the tape up and watch it again. But I hope you're understanding what's going on so far. All right, our third and last case is the one solution, x equals some type of constant. I saved that one for last because we're used to solving those types of equations. So this should be nothing new to you. So again, for the third one solution where x is equal to some constant. So this is our third and special case, and you're used to this. So we have negative 7x plus 3 equals 2x plus 2. Well, how do we start it? Well, we get all of our letters when we have variables on both sides. We get all of our letters to the left, I recommend, and our numbers to the right. So let's move this minus 3 over to the other side. So excuse me. Sorry, that was my mother-in-law. So, um, so I moved the 3 over to the other side, so the 3's will cancel out. And let's bring down the negative 7x on this side equal to 2x minus 1 because it's different signs. 3 minus 2 is 1. And choose the sign of the 3 because it's the larger integer. So we have a negative there. So 2x minus 1. Now we want to bring the 2x on this side by using the additive inverse. So the opposite of 2x would be negative 2x. So we take a negative 2x on this side so it'll cancel out. And now we have negative 7x minus a 2x. Well, remember the rules for subtraction. We add the opposite. So we're really adding these two terms together. 7 plus 2 will give us 9. And keep that as a negative 9x. And now we have 9x is equal to negative 1 on this side because the 2x is canceled out. Let's now divide both sides by the coefficient, the negative 9 there. The negative 9's will cancel out. And I have a negative divided by a negative, which is the same signs equal positive. And 1/9 is our answer. X equals 1/9. So we have one answer, and remember, for this we have one solution. That's why it's a special case, and that's what we're used to. And I saved that for last because you're used to doing that. I know we're going to 8th grade, so get ready for more fractions. So if you're not used to dealing with fractional answers, get used to that, I hope. So that was a good review. So we did all three types of special case answers. So remember, solution, no solution where the two constants are not equal, so it's not true. The infinite solution where you have a unlimited amount of solutions because your variables are equal to each other, so or the same number is equal to itself, so it's a unlimited amount of answers. So the third one was the one solution which we normally solve for a variable equals some constant. Here's the chart. I put it all together for you so you can take a little time because I know you might not want to go back through all of those screens and see one for one. So I put it all together in a little chart here so you can see all three of the equations, basically most of the work I put in to do it, as well as the special case answers, why it was no solution, one solution, and infinite solutions. So hopefully you'll like that. So we've come down to the end. There's homework for you guys. Choose one correct equation. So I gave you a few equations for each column. For each column, we have a column here, one solution. So one of these equations has one solution or no solution or infinite solution. So your job is to solve all of the equations and put just one of them in the equation. So I gave you a bunch of them. So you take your choice which one is best for you to solve, but you got to show your work and put it in here in the column. So I have the sheet, it looks like this. So put your answer in the sheet. So there's an exit ticket, of course, waiting for you to state if the type of what type of solution this equation is, one, no, or infinite solutions. So show your work in there. So our next meeting will be on Monday. So I hope you come and join us for the live video conference. And remember, if you need help with the work, there's Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline, 212-777-3380, Monday to Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you need to watch my study videos, I have other videos. You can see the getting ready for 8th grade math, 1, 2, and 3, solving those equations on there. So look up those videos if you had problems with what we're doing. So my channel name is Dan Robinson. Give us a thumbs up if you like our videos. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know how I'm doing. If you can write me comments, I do write you back. So check out our latest math release, PKMS Math Prep 20. You can tweet me at drobmath1. Watch our show Math Time on Tuesdays on Optimum Cablevision at 4:30 to 5 p.m. Channel 15, only in Peekskill. So if you want to study with me or you want a copy of some worksheets, let me know. Just write me at drobinson@peekskillschools.org and I'll send you something. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it. And we've come down to the end of our series of solving equations. So hopefully we have something else prepared for you to help you out in the 8th grade. So get ready for 8th grade math. You're doing fine. Keep it up. I'll see you next time. This is Dr. Robinson signing off. Bye-bye.